peanut butter toast. Carbs and fat, carbs and fat. Whoop, whoop. So yummy. Would you like peanut butter balls? Peanut butter balls, peanut butter balls. Don't run away. Come here. Sit. Good girl. Here's your peanut butter ball. In your mouth. Come here, girl. Sit. Would you like a peanut butter ball? Peanut butter ball in your mouth. Mmm, yummy. Just filled my belly with that scrumptious toast. Now it's time to get my smart brains out to put together a little rocket ship. Also got myself a timer. Dude, guys, getting serious over here. So many parts to this. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, guys. Ta-da. A barn spider. Her name's Charlotte. How big that is? It's my thumb. Because there's a lot of spiders and big ones like that just hanging around. Oh, and look. We got yellow jackets. Quite a few nests up there. Yay! You ever just have that feeling that somebody is watching you? Ball is life. Ball is life. Well, I was gonna use this thing, but it requires those little tiny batteries, and I don't have those, so I have to go buy some. We're gonna have to go out without the timer today. We're just gonna use the mechanical, I just wanna keep calling it a mechanical bull. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call him Bull. Guys, meet Bull. Oh yeah. Looks like it's, oh my gosh. What the heck? It's not spinning, and it's, what is happening right now? Oh, sorry, Keela. Oh my god. Oh, I just got the house wet. Yeah. Oops. Oh my god. Alright guys, it's working now. Oh, 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 oh. Now that I'm sweating bullets, I have to put my hair up. It's only 82 degrees here, but when you get acclimated to certain temperatures are hot to you. And 80 degrees feels hot. All right, so now the sprinkler's done, let's get into the actual purpose of this video. No, I'm not pregnant. So a lot of you guys mistaken my Instagram story when I said talking about pregnancy that I was pregnant. Nope, not pregnant. Not yet, at least. Control for 17 years, for a long time. So pretty much as soon as I was like 18, something like that, I was on birth control. So I never really got a good amount of time of experiencing periods, period hormones and all that good stuff that we love so much. I was one of those people that I actually did really well on birth control. So I know that I hear a lot of stories, did not have good experiences with birth control, had to kind of bounce around and try different brands and different forms of birth control because her body was just reacting negatively to it. I never personally had a problem with it. If anything, it got rid of my acne, it got rid of my cramps, it made my periods really light. I would say my periods would last like 3 days. I would still have a period every month, but it was like almost like nothing. So I didn't have the hormone, the mood swings and the hormone fluctuations. So I did pretty well with that. Stayed on it for obvious reasons, not to get pregnant. And now that I'm happily married and we are ready to start our family. So, I'm so excited. Are you excited? Now that I've met the man of my dreams and I married the man of my dreams, it just has changed my whole perspective. And now I'm like, I want to be a mom. I want to raise a child and a couple children, and I want to pass on the things that I've learned, the experiences, and just, I don't know, just having your own little mini me. And Nick has been wanting kids since he was a little baby, little kid. His mom would tell me all the time, it's all he's ever talked about since he was a child was, I want to grow up and get married and have a family one day. I want to have my own kids. So this has been Nick's aspiration and his goals and his dreams all his life. So he just needed to meet the right person, and I came along. Decided in February of this year to quit birth control, and I was like on my last pack because I was on my period, I was on those sugar pills, and decided, well, just not gonna take them anymore because, you know, who knows how long my body's gonna take to balance out and adjust and get back to its normal fertility, do its thing inside there. I've heard everybody's experiences are different. Some people get pregnant right when they get off of it, and some people don't. And I did a bunch of research because I've heard a lot of horror stories about people getting off birth control and their experiences of weight gain, of hormonal, like extreme hormonal imbalances, and also just how their body reacts to getting off this synthetic hormone. Different types of hormone. I was on the pill. Then there's the kind you stick the little thingy up there. And you also, there's like patches, there's shots. There's just so many different forms of birth control. Birth control is a synthetic hormone. So basically you're replacing your natural like hormone, fertility hormones. The synthetic hormone helps you control and keep more of you don't get the high and then the low, because there's a high time and then a low time with your hormones. The lowest time is your period time because you're just getting out, and then the highest time, which is going to be your most fertile time, you release the egg and you do all that good stuff that a woman's body does. What happens when you get off birth control, especially if you don't do something to help balance out your body, everything plummets. You end up, majority of women are nutrient deficient because you're taking away the synthetic hormone, and you need to somehow replace or help body build back up its natural hormones, natural fertility, and get back to that normal function again. Honestly, the first month or two, I didn't really notice anything at all because I think I still had a good amount of the hormone in my body. So it has to get to the point where it flushes out of your system, it fades at some point. So the first month or so, I actually felt great. I just felt like more energized, and I did have my first period off birth control on time. It came exactly like the 3-4-ish weeks. Notice that my periods are lined up with the full moon. So every time I get a full moon, that's when I have a period. And I've also been keeping track with my Fitbit on my phone. It has like a female tracker thing so I can actually log when I have my periods. If you don't have a period for like 2 or 3 months, they're like, go see a doctor because that's not good. So far so good. I've had a period regular. They were still light, no symptoms, no cramps or anything like that. Going into the second month, I did start noticing I was a little bit more fatigued. I did start noticing mood swings a little bit more, and it just kind of was like slowly creeping up. And I was expecting that something was gonna happen, that I was gonna have one of the negative kickbacks with this no birth control thing. Other thing that was unfortunate, I noticed acne popping up. Never, ever had acne, ever. For like years, maybe 1 or 2 that would pop up here and there around period time, but they would go away within a day or so. The acne came on strong, and it was all in my chin, hairline, or my jawline, which is always related to hormone imbalance if you look up what your acne tells you, which was obviously a given. I just stayed consistent with my supplementation. The last thing I wanted was to be completely out of whack and be raging Medusa, like little snakes coming out of my head, and I'm just chasing my husband around. I'm like, so we're going into 6 months now of no birth control. So I'd say about the 3rd and 4th, 5th month, then things started getting a little bit intense. I was being more hormonal and I was more sensitive. So I was just crying at the stupidest things. And I was just like, kind of just felt up and down. I felt more fatigued. The acne, I noticed symptoms started popping up coming to period time. I started getting that bloaty, achy feeling in my uterus. And so yeah, you know, it was just one of those things. I was like, I expected it, so I didn't freak out or get upset. I just, you know, I was trying to just just flow with it gracefully the best I could. I was telling my husband through the whole thing, I was like, I don't like this hormone thing. I was like, I went without this like hormone fluctuation in hormones for so long, and I just felt more, the word I used was passionate about things. So instead of being just more like even across the board about everything, I would just kind of be like, literally how I felt half the time. Exercise and just doing fun things helped for sure. One thing I did not like at all was the acne. Nobody likes acne. These zits that were popping up, they were little itty bitty ones. Some of them would pop up, the ones that hurt and they're just underneath your skin and you know they're there and you know they're big, and it's like you can't pop them deep underneath your skin. So, and that goes to show you that when you are nutrient deficient, that you start getting all these negative results of the nutrient deficiencies. Most women are nutrient deficient. Most of the supplements, most of the nutrients, vitamins, I was already taking, which was good. It's magnesium. So this is a whole foods magnesium. It's a flavored one. I like to mix it in with my joint and my collagen and also my fiber before bed at night. And fiber is really important. So this one's I just get from NutriShop. So most women tend to be deficient in fiber. So vitamin C, something I was already taking religiously in the first place. So I already had that going for me. Vitamin D and also vitamin K. And these are just a Now brand that I get from a natural food store. Vitamin D and vitamin K. So those are two things that I was already taking. B complex by Blue Bonnet. 50 means it's 50 milligrams that you're taking of each. Some that I think are like 20, 30, 50, 70, and 100. 50 is kind of like a good common ground to start with. Probiotics, this is the one by Garden of Life. So I already was taking all of those supplements already. So I was being consistent with those. So after doing some research and reading some documentation on specific things that women would need, especially when balancing out hormones after birth control, these were some of the things that were highly recommended, and also just recommended in general because women tend to be deficient in these. Two things that I wasn't already taking that I added into my routine was Vitex berry, which is the chaste berry. It is really good as far as helping level out your hormone estrogen and progesterone. Pantothenic, look up Google. I should ask, how do you say pantothenic? How do you say?
Pantothenic acid.
Pantothenic acid.
Pantothenic acid.
Pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid. So pantothenic acid is just another B vitamin. It's a B5 vitamin, and it helps your body convert food or carbohydrates into fuel, so glucose. So that is its main purpose. Well, it has many purposes other than just acne, but it's found when consistent, it actually helps reduce the amount of acne on your face. So those of you who aren't even trying to get pregnant or going off birth control, but just maybe have an acne problem, I'd highly recommend adding this into your supplementation to help. You think about it, whatever you're gonna put in your body is going to also come out. It goes into your pores, what's gonna come out of your pores. So it's good to have something like that's good coming out of you. That just sounded really wrong. Through into your skin. So in a result can clog pores. Also outside environment. So there's a combination inside and out. So I've been on this 2 months now. It has improved, way less acne. And I think things are starting to balance out now. What you're putting in your body is gonna help regulate everything. So you're basically filling in the missing parts with any of these supplements, because either your body is not absorbing things the same way it used to, that comes with age or health conditions. So when you're supplementing all of this, it's just you're getting a concentrated form of all of these, that your chances of absorbing a higher percentage of all of this is going to be greater. The first thing I did notice too, the first couple months, is I did lose weight, and then it kind of stopped, and I just kind of maintain. I didn't gain anything at all, but I stayed consistent, obviously, with healthy eating. Sleep, huge factor in that too, is making sure I was getting sleep. It's supplementation, hydration, and not doing anything too crazy that was going to cause the imbalance to worsen. Whole nutrient dense foods is going to help you, and not doing low carb. Carbs are gonna be your friend. Balance carbs during that time, but you don't wanna do low carb because low carb, low insulin, low blood sugar is not gonna help you. So being consistent with supplementation and also eating really good, you guys, you know, eating whole nutrient dense foods, trying to avoid the processed food as much as possible and not restricting carbs, having a balance between your carbs, your proteins and your fats, your fruits and your vegetables, having a variety with that and trying to go as whole and as raw and nutrient dense as possible is going to help you. Doing the supplementation, especially having that extra amount in with your diet, is just going to fill in those missing parts, fill in the blanks basically. And I can't stress, you know, exercise, exercises regularly but not overdoing it, sleep, staying hydrated, and then of course just being careful of partying, drinking and alcohol and stuff like that. Like I still have had a lot of fun and I've done things over the past 6 months, but I do it in moderation and I try to stick with, just like I've shared that before, I do my vodka, my water and my BCAAs, and I usually stick with 1 to 2 drinks. I don't go too overboard, and it's not very often. Sometimes I just go completely sober and just enjoy. I can still have fun sober. And trying to keep your stress levels down. I know meditation, the exercise helps. I do stretching and yoga. Those things have helped a lot, especially the magnesium. Magnesium is going to help with stress and calm. So my experience so far, 6 months without birth control, it could be way worse. I did, like I told you just this last week, I was 2 weeks late on my period, and I was thinking either I was pregnant or something wasn't right. And then I started getting like that. I just started feeling like, come Sunday, it was like, whoa, period, full force. And I started feeling crampy. I was feeling the crampiness in my legs. I know some of you experienced that. Very emotional. And period was a little bit heavier than normal, getting regulated again. Supplementation is really, really important, especially when getting off birth control. I know that from my own experience. I take as directed, so I'm not gonna tell you guys this is how much you should take. Go by what the bottle says when you get it. Or even those of you who aren't trying to get pregnant or aren't on birth control or getting off birth control. If a lot of you are experiencing hormone imbalances or experiencing any of the things that I've already talked about, a lot of these things are going to help you. Most women are already nutrient deficient in the first place because, like I said, we're not eating enough. Stress, yo-yo dieting that you're doing, or you're overtraining, age, and then health conditions can play a factor. So I've got the Clear Blue pregnancy test. So I heard this is like one of the best ones you could get. I've already taken tests which were negative, obviously. So Clear Blue, that's the pregnancy test I use. And then I just bought these ovulation tests. I haven't heard anything with them or any feedback from anyone I know particularly, but they say this is actually helpful. I've had people say it's helpful, but not this particular brand. So I actually bought this just last week, so we're gonna try this so we have a better idea of when we are more fertile. So we can on that time. And I'm hoping in the next year or so we will be pregnant, and I'm super excited. Oh my God. Isn't this exciting? A lot of you have been following me a long time and you've been following my journey. So it's just awesome to just think of all the different phases I've gone through in life and where I'm headed right now, and I couldn't be happier. I'm ready to be a mommy. Oh my God. Not just a fur mommy, but a human baby mommy. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. A lot of you who might be in kind of the same boat as me right now, or a lot of you who were planning on getting off birth control. A lot of women have expressed to me too, they just want to get off of it and be natural. Really nice not having to worry about birth control and all the things that come with it, because I know long-term cannot be good, you know? It's just like anything long-term can eventually take a toll in whatever form. If any of you have things that you've personally experienced or have tried yourself that have been helpful, please put in the comments. I'd love to read them. I'd love other people to see what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you. So any tips on getting pregnant or pregnancy stuff, I would definitely take it on. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is a very womanly, informational video today, but thank you guys so much for everything. To like and subscribe, because I like to know if you guys like the video. I know if you guys like the video, when you like the content. Okay, I'm done. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Mwah! I will see you on the next video.